Welcome everybody live in the studio. The Tarqaron 5-year celebration, baby.
I'm getting confirmation that this is Survivor
Yeah.
16, fans versus favorites.
Survivor Micronesia, fans versus favorites. It's time.
Micronesia, that's right. Oh yeah, I should write that in there. Micronesia.
It's time. We're here. I told you all we weren't doing a cast thing beforehand. We're just going to dive into it.
I think that's the best for the best.
The beauty with being in person is we could actually pause it if we need to be. Like if we want to talk about the cast in the middle or whatever.
Right.
We'll play it by ear.
So this is part of our 5-year extravaganza. We're hoping to watch quite a bit of this while we're here. Mm-hmm. We're hoping to get at least a decent chunk of it done.
I know the dream was that we'd be able to get the whole season. We're limited on time, so
yeah. So we'll try to do as much as we can.
We got like a little bit left, like maybe half a day left today.
Yeah.
And then we got a whole day tomorrow.
Right.
We got a couple other videos in the mix. But other than that, we're going to probably focus on Survivor a lot. But it'll be fun.
It's going to be a good time, I think.
Favorites, it's like it lined up this way. I saw the things converging. And I was like, oh, we're about to hit fans versus favorites at the same time as when we're going to do this. So it kind of worked out.
That's kind of... And that's fun in a way because it means... Yeah, I mean, like, we get to talk about... There's going to be some old faces that we're going to be seeing, so that's going to be fun to be able to sort of celebrate a little bit with that. I mean, it's going to be a good time, I think. I'm looking forward to it.
If you're new to the channel, you're just stopping by now. I'm a big Survivor fan. I've been taking my friend Alec through Survivor from the beginning. All right, so we have a playlist on the channel from season 1 up till now. We did reviews on the first 4 seasons, and then we've done reactions to every episode since the start of Survivor Thailand. All right.
Yeah.
So there's a lot out there, all building up to now this season here. And Alec has only seen what came before it, doesn't know what's to come.
Right. Sworn to secrecy, basically. I do not know.
I solemnly swear that I will not watch Survivor spoilers.
Right.
Got my notes here.
Got my classic notes here too.
Mischief managed.
My book from, I think this is the year my mom retired. So, yeah, here we go.
All right, that's cool. All right, we'll see. As always, click the link in the description to see the highlights of our reaction. Come back afterwards for the discussion. Okay?
All right.
All right. Okay, let's talk about it.
That was lame. It was a lame ending. Like, okay,
Right.
respect. There's some respect to that as well. But, like, for the entertainment value...
Very lame. Yeah.
That's kind of lame.
I was so hyped to see Johnny Fairplay.
Yeah, I know. I was very excited to see him back, but he just immediately goes home.
We can take this off.
Yeah, we can't take these off now, but...
So there is more context to it, all right?
Okay. If there's more context, then maybe there's more going on here. Then.
So you know who Daniel Bonaducci is?
No.
Daniel Bonaducci is a wrestler. And
Okay.
Johnny Fairplay went to this like event. It was like a reality or some sort of promotional event or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like a couple weeks before Survivor, where Daniel
Before this?
Bonaducci, yeah,
Okay.
Daniel Bonaducci, I forget what it was exactly, but he like slammed him like and fucked up his jaw.
Oh, really?
And so then when Yao Man comes and tackles him to the side of the boat, it fucks it up even more.
Oh, really?
And so what he always says is the reason that he left is because he wanted medication for it. They wouldn't give him medication for it. And I don't know, they were giving someone else, he claims they were giving someone else something, like they were able to take something for something.
Like someone had diabetes
it was like
or something,
a nicotine patch or something.
Okay.
And he was asking for pain medication.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't give it to him. So that's apparently why he actually wanted to leave.
Okay.
And the whole girlfriend thing was...
It's just a nice excuse.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's a nice story. It's the happy story that goes along with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the real reason.
Okay. That's still lame.
So lame, yeah.
What? But so it's Yao Man's fault.
It is.
It's Yao Man's fault. He tackled
it's crazy
him.
the little decision making here, where it's like Johnny Fairplay literally had it. He just picked up the wrong idol.
Yeah.
And then he last minute realized and he got tackled into it.
Get tackled into it. Yeah. Wow.
So maybe it would have happened later or something, but would have been interesting to see
Yeah. Okay.
how he would have played, considering it seemed like he was in the middle here.
Yeah, he was in the middle. It would have been a really fascinating part of the game, but now they don't have that as a player. Now they have Cerie. Cerie's in the middle because it didn't seem like they consulted her whatsoever. At least not that we saw. So yeah. So favorites, we already kind of went back through it. We sort of paused the episode and went through it, but
Yeah.
For the people who didn't see the reaction, or hopefully you did see the reaction if you went and watched it, but to recap, for our favorites, we have Cerie, Johnny Fairplay, Ozzy, Amy, Amanda, Jonathan, Eliza, James, Parvati, and Yowman. Those are our 10.
I'm going to pull up our comments where they
And some people talk about it.
mentioned the people that turned it down or...
Okay, that'd be good to talk about there, for sure.
So, okay, supposedly,
Mm-hmm.
who declined were Tom and Ian,
Okay.
Rafe and Danny, Aris, Yule and Candace, Earl and Edgardo, Todd and Courtney.
That's a lot of people that turned it down.
Supposedly. And then some people who made it far into casting but then got cut. Sandra, Twyla, Kobe, Terry and Shane, and PG.
Okay.
So, I mean, it looked like originally, because you were saying originally it was apparently going to be some sort of All-Stars 2.
Okay, and then...
With a full cast of new people.
But-
So it looked like maybe they were trying to get a bunch of the winners.
Right.
Maybe do like...
Winners versus runners-up or something like
maybe
that?
actually have winners on a tribe like they...
Yeah.
People talked about they could have done for All-Stars.
Yeah, and they just didn't.
Because we get supposedly Yule, Earl, Todd, Aris, Danny, and Tom all got declined.
Yeah.
And Sandra was in there.
Yeah.
So
Sandra's in the
that's
mix.
like almost all the winners we haven't seen back.
Pretty much, yeah.
So that's
So
interesting. There's some interesting people there. But.
yeah, I would have liked to have seen. So I would have liked to see Rafe back. I mean, Rafe would have been fun to have back. I think because Rafe basically gave the game up. I would have liked to see Rafe back. I liked him a lot. Earl and Edgardo would have been fun. Edgardo
is random.
Edgardo is kind of random. Totally random, actually.
We're taking Josh on his word here. Survivor 1, 2, 3, 4, I think it was.
Yeah, it would have been more. See, to me, it would have been more interesting to have a cowboy or something back.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not a favorite. Like that's a little bit of a surprise. But
Right. Instead, we have one person from Panama. We have 3 people from Cook Islands, 1 person from Fiji, 2 people from China, and then Johnny Fairplay from Pearl Islands.
Pearl Islands, yeah.
That's where we're at with that.
It's interesting. Yeah. So,
All right, what else from this episode? I mean,
Well,
it's very disappointing. It's
yeah.
like he had hyped about Johnny Fairplay. Everything. It seems like he's setting up, positioned well, and everything.
It's a fun. I think it's a fun little dynamic too that we have going on here because you have like the young hot couples.
Mm-hmm.
You've got you have Amanda and Ozzy are apparently hitting it off pretty big and like really flirt. Like Amanda putting the hardcore flirt on there in that bit that we saw.
Right.
But then we saw James and Parvati is like, oh yeah, James is like he's the one to go to. He's hot and he's strong and I'm a flirt, but I want to show that I'm more than a flirt. And that's all we saw of her all game.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true. That isn't true because she was the kind of thing like, oh, maybe we should get rid of you. We'll lean into that just to throw Eliza off the trail or whatever.
Mm-hmm. She said she said to herself, that was my only dimension. That was
my only
one dimension in Cook Island was the flirt.
Yeah, well, kind of true, but she's a cutie. So if she can be more strategic, I'm all here for that. But
yeah, like nobody was looking at voting out Johnny Fairplay.
No.
So it's that's why it's sad. And it's disappointing.
That's how it ended up.
I'm doing this
because of the pre-existing thing going on. That's the condition.
Which, of course, maybe not the smartest thing to be doing an event where you're getting tossed around right before.
Yeah,
but,
whatever that was about. He messed his jaw up. Yeah, well, maybe he wasn't expecting to be brutalized by Yao Man.
Yeah. And I don't know if anything else would have, like any other challenges would have done it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Knocked it out of place again.
Because it basically wasn't even a challenge. It was just like a... I mean, it was a sort of semi-challenge, but it wasn't like... It was just a race to the boat.
Didn't even make it to the challenge.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yao Man and Kathy got the immunities.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have going on?
Kathy's opening her big mouth and saying all that stuff. We didn't get a whole lot from the fans, I didn't think.
Yeah.
There's like some stuff going on there. Kathy's being kind of weird. She's just saying strange things, and I think Mikey B was like, yeah, we got the weird lady. She's opening her mouth and
right, it's like
crazy.
We wanted to focus on the fans because we knew they were going to go to tribal council and
right.
want to milk as much out of Johnny Fairplay as you can get
much
one
as you
episode.
can get. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, I don't know, Kathy says like, oh, you're my first gay man friend or something like that,
Yeah.
which is weird. And she said something about Tracy's boobs or something. She's like, I've never seen real implants up close before. And she's like, who says I had implants? That's like one of those things where it's like, wow, so how many months, what do you do?
Yeah.
That's like saying something like that to somebody. Like, I'm not pregnant.
Yeah.
Why would you
just compliment them if anything?
Yeah.
It's like, man, that is a nice rack that you just made.
Yeah, you could just say that. I mean, it's weird to say that too when you first meet somebody, but I mean, girl to girl, I guess it's like, damn girl, you got a nice rack.
That would have been better.
It would have been better than what she said.
Or like, yeah,
If
just
only
the first
marginally.
thing she says to Chad is, so you're a homosexual?
He's just like I'm not really offended.
Assuming.
She's like, do you mind that, or do you mind gay? He's just like, I don't really care. I'm not really offended. You can call me whatever you want, I guess.
Is it offensive to call you what you are?
Yeah, well, it's just
that's like in the Office, the scene in the Office where they're doing the diversity training.
Yeah.
Or it might have been after that, but he was talking to Oscar. He's like, is there a better term you'd like me to call you other than Mexican? Is there a better term, a less offensive term I could call you? And he's like, no, Mexican's fine. That's what I am. He's like, yeah, but it's got like negative connotations to it. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
like, you're putting the negative connotation.
Yeah,
on,
you're
like,
you kind of are. You're a homosexual, and it's like, okay, thank you for using the scientific terminology.
Like,
it's
so
very
far,
weird.
You're good so far.
Yeah. Oh, you're my first gay man friend. Can I call? Is that okay?
He's like, you're good so far. He's like,
Yeah.
waiting, like, don't throw out some other terms.
Yeah, don't throw out some of those other ones. We'll be fine if you don't do that. So that was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even have like a lot of romance. Eliza's sniffing out all the brewing romances.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of like very much like, no, we can be.
Because that's
be
4
better
people
than that.
right there
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
And then we had the other 4 come together.
Amy, Eliza, Yao Man, and Jonathan all kind of clocked each other. They were sort of the first big alliance that we saw, but then those other ones sort of kind of happened, kind of commingled at once
it
there.
It seemed like they were going to be jockeying for Johnny Fairplay and maybe Suri, but now Johnny Fairplay's out of the picture.
Yeah, so Suri maybe will be an interesting player now that so that's 9 there, so that is a more a more not even, but it's a more less chances for ties when it comes to that. So
yeah, now seemingly she's right in the middle.
Right.
Like 4 and 4.
Right.
She's right there.
So we'll see. And it looks like there's going to be like some very, very long, deep kissing from
long and
deep from Amanda, and it looked like Amanda and Ozzy. So they're getting it on right there. So it's weird. It's sometimes it can be really weird to have it like, Rob and Amber. There was there's some like awkwardness to that, but it was kind of cute for the most part. But
when the camera gets in there,
when the camera gets in there and he's just like macking, he is straight macking on her. It's just like weird. It's just like I don't need to see that really.
Yeah, that moment where it's like, Parvati's like, I'm sleepy. And James is like, I know you are.
Yeah, I know. I was like, yeah, we both like looked at each other. What does that mean?
What's happening?
Yeah.
It
Well, that was
was like instantly though. We're like day 1 or 2.
day 1,
and they're like they cut the clips of them all up on each other.
Yeah, they're all up on each other. Well, here's the thing: they're gonna smell the best that they ever will on day 1. So you might as well get the major. If you're majorly attracted to somebody, I guess you might as well let the pheromones go.
We gotta get in now before we lose our sex drive.
Yeah, basically. When you start reeking, I'll lose all love.
But it's fun. It's just like with All Stars when you first start watching All Stars, where it's like almost like a fan fiction scenario.
Yeah, well, that was
like
kind of
all this crossover. Like, oh, Serene, Yao Man,
shipping,
Johnny Fairplay.
shipping's going hard here. Yeah.
That too.
What's your fanship? What's your fanship?
They ship themselves.
It's so well.
But it's
yeah.
the crossover ships, you know.
Shipping is weird.
James from season 15.
Shipping with real people is very weird, I think. So I don't. I'm sure that there's probably elements of the Survivor community that do it. But
Cook Islands and China pairs. You know, they paired up.
Yeah. There we go. Well.
All right. Well.
Yeah, that's right. That's wild.
Yeah.
What is up with that?
How about that?
I guess there's a lot of chemistry in those two places. I guess I don't know. They brought something back. I don't know if there's much else. I mean, the immunity, they definitely fumbled it pretty hard. But they took an early lead and just won.
Yeah.
The fans did.
You see, they slipped in the little Exile Island thing.
What was that? What was it?
You see, they slipped in the little Exile Island bit.
Which bit was that?
About Exile Island. You didn't hear anything?
No. Did they say that they were doing that again? Oh, I missed that. Was that next time? Oh.
I don't know. Maybe it was, but.
Oh. Okay. Well, we'll have to wait for that again. So that's about all I got. I mean, I didn't even get all the people. I got Jason, Tracy, Eric, Kathy, Alexis, Mikey B, and Chet. I didn't get the rest of them.
How many is that?
That's 7.
7.
Of the new people.
We didn't see everybody, did we?
We didn't really see much of everybody.
So yeah, you might not even know yet.
Yeah.
Because there was a couple that haven't even talked. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we barely even got anything from James. You know, we got a bit in the beginning, and then
he's a little sex kitten. He called her. She's a little sex kitten, and it picks her up and goes off with her. It felt very old. I used to say old fashioned, but it's more not like old fashioned in like the ye old romance. It's more like old fashioned in the caveman. I pick you. I pick you up, and I'm going to have my way with you now. So,
MVP for the episode.
MVP for the episode, man. It's Johnny Fairplay's only chance to. It's his only chance to, but he wasn't really like all that fair playing, you know. He wasn't.
I mean, he was really playing up the character for sure.
He was, but I got to give it to him. It's his only chance.
Give it to him.
It's the only chance.
Any final words for Johnny Fairplay?
Any final words for him? I mean, hey, I hope your jaw got better and that you did have a healthy little girl. Hope so.
Yeah.
Hope that all turned out okay.
Unfortunate send off here, you know.
Yeah. So, bit of a bummer, but it is what it is at this point. So
at least we get it out of the way quick.
Onward and upward.
Get out of the way quick so we can move on to the actual game here.
I guess so. Yeah, that's kind of the lame part. It's like you're teasing actual game, and then the actual game still hasn't really started.
I had to eat it out of the palm of my hands. Like,
yeah. Well, especially because he was also then like, I'm here to win it for my. Well, that's the thing, that the way it's presented in the episode makes absolutely no sense. Because I'm like, I'm here, I gotta win. Yeah. Gotta get some money for him, you know. I'm gonna win $1 million for my little girl.
I'm over it.
Yeah, now he's like, yeah, I'm over it now.
That's because the behind the scenes stuff triggered.
That makes so much more sense. That makes so much more sense because it's like, because it's also, to me, I would be kind of frustrated with production if they're not giving me, like, I want to stay in and I will stay in, but you got to give me some meds to help me through it. And they're just like, nah. According to him, anyway. That's about it, I think. So next time we'll be back, and Will be the next episode. It looks like it's going to be a real sexy time. At least for part of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So.
But it's good that it was out of the way, like, and this didn't happen like midway through the season and throw a wrench and everything.
Yeah, that is true.
So
it's someone in and out a little bit harmlessly.
it's like the prologue.
Yeah. This
The
was the
prologue
prologue episode, basically.
We get to chapter 1 next.
So now we're down to 19. 19 for the first time.
Yeah, so you were saying you liked the smaller cast last time, and we immediately went to 20.
We immediately went to a huge cast again. Okay, here's the thing.
For this format, the way
for
they were
this
doing
format, it is entirely acceptable to have a larger cast because you want to have more of your favorites there, right? You want to see more people from the past. So
you had enough for 10, but not enough for 20 or 16, I guess.
yeah, apparently so,
Yeah.
which is awkward. But so no All Stars 2.
Yeah. So this is like a hybrid kind of all-star.
Kind of an awkward. Oh, so this is the Star Trek Generations, an awkward partial first crew.
Mm-hmm.
In Star Trek Generations, you had Captain Kirk, you had Chekhov, and you had Scotty, I think. So you had like everyone, as in the way one reviewer put it, everyone who was lame enough to show up.
Right.
Because Star Trek Generations is not a very good movie. So it's like Sulu said no because he doesn't like. George Takei does not like. We're getting off on Star Trek tangent here, but George Takei does not like William Shatner. I think actually it is Takei. I think is how you pronounce it. I think so.
Louis Takei on The Apprentice.
Maybe it is Takei. I don't know. George Takei. They forgot. I don't think they asked Nichelle Nichols. Leonard Nimoy said no because he hated the script. And
everybody's got their reasons.
That's about it.
Now, just like this season here.
Yeah. So anyway.
All right. Join us for another episode next week. All right. Of Survivor Micronesia, where the 5-year anniversary extravaganza continues. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go check out the premiere of Survivor All-Stars, of course. All right. Amber and Rob start their journey to the final 2.
It's a good one. It's a good episode. Yeah. So
I mean, it's got to be a good episode, right? First episode with everybody there.
Everybody there, yeah. It was a good one.
Gotta
It was
be.
fun. I think there was some weird, like, oh, it's kind of split it up because it was 3 tribes there, right?
Mm-hmm.
They did kind of an odd thing with that. So,
Yeah.
but
Cool.
cool.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. Like the video. Leave a comment. If you do, we'll be sure to read in the next episode of the Tarqaron podcast. Click the link in the description for our social media. Hit the notification bell. And take care of yourself.